こんにちは、皆さん。今日、私たちは日本語を勉強しています。質問があれば、私に聞いてください。Greetings, everyone. Today we're studying Japanese. If you have any questions, then feel free to ask me at any time. I'm going to continue with immersion with Card Captor Sakura.
気づいたようですわ。大丈夫？慌てないで。これはただのぬいぐるみよ。だってさっきあれは話術なのよ。泥棒かと思うて堪忍な。変な顔。びっくりして損した。
変な顔、びっくりして、
泥棒かと思うて堪忍な。変な顔。びっくりして損した。
そうした。OK。変な顔、びっくりして、そうした。Strange, odd face. びっくり。To be surprised, to be amazed. It's considered pseudo verb or adverb. Here it looks like it's being used like a pseudo verb. びっくり. Surprise. So to. Oh, okay. I guess this would be. Normally, it would be. Hinakao wo bikuri shite. They just drop the wool because it's obvious, I guess. So then, and then there's let's see, loss, damage, harm, unprofitable, disadvantage, son. Sonjiru. Is this a su verb, ending verb? No. And it doesn't say it's a non-adjective. I mean, it doesn't say it's a pseudo verb. Find the grammar of. Oh, I missed this. Okay, this is a pseudo verb. Okay, so it can be a not adjective or a pseudo verb. Okay, So loss, damaged, harm, unprofitable, disadvantage, handicaps, unfavorable. So to do loss or to do damage. So strange face. Oh, actually, I wonder if that's actually supposed to be ga between here, not wool. But no, I was right. It says wool is supposed to be there, okay. See, the connection between Kao and Bikuri Shite is implied through context. Likely, I made a strange face because I was surprised, or I was surprised by the strange face. Explain the grammar of. Made a strange face, got startled, and it. So made a. Okay, in more natural English, this could be interpreted as I made a funny face and got scared in return. What? See, I tried to. Okay. Translates literally to made a strange face, got startled, and it was a loss. To be surprised. Okay, let's see. Sokoshita, loss, disadvantage. Literally did a loss. Automatically, it was a waste, or I lost out, or it backfired, or. I don't think that's what they mean. Let's see, goodness. See, can the last part mean fell backward or lost composure? Let's see, however, in context, bikuri shite sokoshita can imply losing composure not directly from the word sokoshite, but from the whole phrase. Let's see. You made a strange face, got started, and as a result... Wait, so it can mean scared or flustered? What does sokoshita mean in the context of getting jump scared? After the surprise. Bikuri shite. What could sokoshita mean? The person fell back and freaked out. For some reason, this dictionary doesn't seem to be. Let's see, loss, damage, harm. I'm trying to see how that means anything like this situation. Sonshita. In this context, okay, sonoshita literally means I lost out or I was at a disadvantage. It literally implies a loss or waste. The speaker is jokingly claiming that their intense physical reaction, falling back, freaking out, was a mistake or a wasted effort. They were essentially saying I lost because I got scared. That was a bad deal. Nuance. It is a humorous, self-deprecating way to express they fell for the prank and suffered the consequence, the shock, without gaining anything in return. In contrast, the gain of seeing the scary face with the loss of their own peace of mind, or it contrasts the gain of seeing the scary face with the loss of their own peace of mind or dignity. Okay. So, I think loss is probably the best definition for this use, and it basically, like, I guess it most closely goes with the English expression like someone lost it. Essentially, in other words, they lost their composure. He saw the scary face and lost it, essentially. He freaked out. So okay. So, or saw the strange face and lost it. So, 変な顔、びっくりして、I keep seeing different ways to write this. Okay. 変な顔びっくりして損した。変な顔びっくりして損した。Okay. 変な顔びっくりして損した。
かと思うて堪忍な。変な顔。びっくりして損した。僕は泥棒じゃないよ。お前たちこそ何してるんだ。
僕は泥棒じゃないよ。お前たちこそ何してるんだ。お前たちOkay, so in other words, uh, I'm not a burglar. Uh, so I'm thinking that's place, but that's not Tokoro. Wait, basically he's saying I'm not a burglar. What are you guys or what are you people doing in this place? Koso sounds familiar. It is that precisely. Okay, although, wow, in the case that, but it's the origin of Koso in see emphatic grammatical marker that highlights the preceding noun omaitachi you all as the specific subject performing the action or deserving the description. It transfers well to it is you all who or you all in particular. Oh, that's right. Like that's right in the phrase expression "kochira koso." The emphasis on exclusivity. It singles out the noun. It follows suggesting that this noun is primarily or sole candidate for the predicate. In this context, it rejects the implication that the speaker is the problem and instead asserts that you all are the ones who acted wrongly. Classical, which historically koso originated from the combination of the demonstrative pronoun ko, this, and the particle zo, assertive, evolving into the distinct emphatic particle in classical Japanese known for triggering a specific verb conjugation. Hakarimasubi. Though in modern speech it simply adds strong emphasis. Contrast, it is often used to contrast two parties, where the speaker denies a trait himself and applies it to the other party. For example, I'm not the thief, you are the ones who are doing something bad. Okay, so it is that precisely, in particular, definitely, for sure, only when, okay. Oh, okay, that's right. In the statement Kochita Koso, that was Kochita Koso. Yeah, if you say arigato gozaimasu, and Kochita Koso is basically another way of saying no, saying like thank you back or same here. In this direction. Typing an article on Boonpro about Koso. Knew it. It's in 3, okay. Koso is an adverbial particle in Japanese that primarily replaces either wo or ga. Okay, its main role is to highlight the preceding noun phrase as being the most important piece of information in relation to the rest of the sentence. In English, this is an effect that is primarily achieved through things like bold text, underlining, or emphasizing a particular word in a speech. If we are to make a direct comparison to an English statement, and things like precisely because it's, or rather it is due to, are quite similar to Koso's functions. Koso can be used directly after any noun that would take the wo or ga particle so long as the particular piece of information needs to be emphasized. Kono kyoku koso, ore ga zutto sagashite ita kyoku da. Yatto kyoku me ga wakatta. This song is exactly the song I've been searching for. I finally figured out the title. let's see. Kondo koso katsuzo. I will win for sure next time. Although koso is able to replace God, while the nuance will usually come across as more similar to God due to the fact that God puts emphasis on the specific point while wa nominates general topics. To make sure things to make sure the to make things easier, the three particles can be thought of in the following way. Wa weakly highlights specific information. Ga strongly highlights specific information. Koso very strongly highlights specific information. Fun fact, it is often used after names or pronouns as a way to reply to thanks or apologies. In these situations, it expresses that the speaker feels equally or more obliged to say what was just said to them by someone. Iie, watashi koso arigatou gozaimasu. Okay. No. I am the one that should be thankful. So in other words, it's basically trying to emphasize that no, this noun is the really important one, more so than other things. But still refers to nouns like wo or ga does. So omae tachi koso nani shiteru da, and you can see the wo particle's actually been dropped from here. It's normally would be omae tachi koso nani o shiteru da. Okay.
な、変な顔。びっくりして損した。僕は泥棒じゃないよ。お前たちこそ何してるんだ。絵にいたずらした犯人なら許さないぞ。絵にいたずらした。
絵にいたずらした
犯人なら許さないぞ。僕は泥棒じゃないよ。お前たちこそ何してるんだ。絵にいたずらした犯人なら
絵にいたずらThat's something なら許さないぞ. So won't let them do something to the paintings. Let's see. Oh, honey, that's what it was saying. Offender, criminal, culprit, hanin. Let's see, crime, sin, offense, and person. So criminal, hanin. Itazura shita, itazuru. Mischief, prank, trick. That's from bad, and ajaru. Pleasantry, joke, tomfoolery. So warui, bad, and there's warui, right? Warui. Yes, okay. So, any itazura shita hanin nara yarusanai. So, have done mischief towards the paintings, burglar, and then the burglar. So if you're the burglar who has done mischief towards the paintings, or pranks towards the paintings, let's see, I would not permit it. I would not allow it. Oh, I won't. Oh, forgive. Okay, it's probably. I knew that didn't seem right. Forgive. I will not forgive you. That's right. It's either allow or to forgive. So if you're the burglar who has prank mischief. Yep. If you're the burglar who pranked the pictures, I would not forgive you. Or any itazura shita hanin nara yarusanai zo.
僕は泥棒じゃないよ。お前たちこそ何してるんだ。絵にいたずらした変な顔。びっくりして損した。僕は泥棒じゃないよ。お前たちこそ何してるんだ。絵にいたずらした犯人なら許さないぞ。そんなことしてない。
そんなことしてない。So, yeah, that type of thing is not happening. Or in other words, that's not it. Or wait. Why do they write it as shitenai? So that kind of thing, doing that type of thing. Why wouldn't you just say shinai? Oh, I guess they want it in the continuous tense. Evolutional, causative, conditional tara, imperative. Yeah, okay, so this is present progressive. そんなことしてない. So that seems more like you're saying that sort of thing is not happening. The translator translates it as, I didn't do that. Explain the grammar of See, Sonakoto shitenai is a colloquial contraction of Sonakoto wa shite inai. I'm not doing such a thing, or I haven't done such a thing. See. So, as for that kind of thing, see, I am not doing such a thing. That's what I would have thought it would be, and then I haven't done such a thing. Okay. So this translator's saying my guess was correct. Okay. Negative progressive. It describes an action that's not currently happening. Negative perfect. It can also imply that an action has not been completed up to the present moment. Sonakoto I haven't done that yet. Let's see. It can also imply that an action has not been completed up to the present moment. Sonakoto. Let's see. The difference between Sonakoto shitenai and Sonakoto nai. The primary difference lies in the verb used, okay? Sonakoto shitenai denies an action doing something, while Sonakoto nai denies a fact or statement, something being true. Okay, so Sonakoto nai is like, that's not true. Sonakoto shitenai is, that's, I'm not doing such a thing. Sonakoto shitenai.
お前たちこそ何してるんだ。絵にいたずらした犯人なら許さないぞ。そんなことしてない。私たちは華麗なる怪盗ですもの。
私たちは
絵にいたずらした犯人なら許さないぞ。そんなことしてない。私たちは華麗なる怪盗ですもの。絵にいたずらした犯人なら許さないぞ。そんなことしてない。私たちは華麗なる怪盗です。
怪盗ですもの。Yes, Tomoya-chan using very formal Japanese as always, ended her sentence in mono instead of moan. Karei naru. The great, e.g. in film or book titles, the grand. Kaito. Mysterious thief, phantom thief. Let's see. Kare, splendor, favor, petal, lovely, beautiful. So. Kare, splendid, magnificent. was trying to, so. Oh, okay, I see. So, kare means splendid or magnificent, but kare naru is the equivalent of saying like the great that you, or the grand that you'd see in film and books. Now I wonder, does this naru come from the verb or is it part of it? Let's see. Is naru its own word in Tachi wa kare nara kaito desu mono. Mysterious thief, phantom thief. Suspicious and still rob, okay. If you remember Detective Conan, there's someone known as Kaito Kid. Let's see, in the phrase kare nara kaito, naru is the attributive form of the I adjective kare na. Okay, while kare na is the standard form before a pronoun, the literary or poetic variant kaira naru is used here for stylistic emphasis. Thus, naru is a real word in specific sentences. It is function as an adjective modifier, not as the verb to become. Oh, I think I forgot about this. So using na versus nadu after a na adjective. In modern Japanese, the form naru is generally not used after a na adjective to modify a noun. Instead, the standard form na. The naru form is an archaic, literary, or poetic remnant of classical Japanese derived from the old copula nari, which itself is a contraction of niaru. To use na adjective attributively before a noun, you use the na form, okay. Shizuka na yama, quiet mountain. Okay, literally Japanese. The naru form is used in poetry, prayers, songs, or formal literature to evoke an old-fashioned or traditional tone. For example, Shizuka naru yama. Let's see, naru rare, restricted to specific stylistic contexts. While some classical adjectives evolved into the nadu form in fixed phrases like tan nadu, you generally cannot simply add nadu to any modern adjective in casual speech. Doing so may sound unnatural, childish, or overly dramatic. When modifying a verb, no adjectives take the ni form. Shizuka ni, quietly, not naru. Does na and na adjectives come from naru? Yes, the na in na adjectives does come from naru. Historically, the attributive form used to connect descriptive nouns, the precursors to modern na adjectives, to other nouns was niari. So niari became naru. Okay, naru became na. So na is modern contraction of the attributive form naru. So niaru is essentially the meaning of the na and na adjectives. Basically having something essentially is what it means, with or having something. That quality is existent, possessed by whatever you're describing. This sort of reminds me of dearu, which is the where modern day da and des comes from. Yeah, you can actually, in some contexts, see things like people say de arimasen if they wanted to sound very formal as a replacement to using desk, since de arimasen is, de arimas, since de arimas sounds more formal than des. Kare. So in other words, the Great Phantom's Thief. So in other words, we are the Great Phantom Thief. Watashi tachi wa. How would you say that? Let's see. Watashi tachi wa. Watashi tachi wa. Kare naru. Okay. Watashi tachi wa. Kare naru. Kaito desu mono. Magnificent. Okay. Watashi tachi wa. We are the magnificent phantom thieves. So, watashi tachi wa. And mono's being used here in a similar manner in which you've seen Sakura use moan, which is basically saying it's a thing, it's to emphasize it. So, watashi tachi wa kare, yeah, watashi tachi wa kare nara kaito desu mono.
お前たちこそ何してるんだ。絵にいたずらした犯人なら許さないぞ。そんなことしてない。私たちは華麗なる怪盗ですもの。そんなことしませんわ。絵にいたずらした犯人なら許さないぞ。そんなことしてない。私たちは華麗なる怪盗ですもの。そんなことしま
そんなことしません。そんなことしません. So that's not true. Oh yeah, this is not true. This is Shimasen. This is from Sudu. So we wouldn't do something like that.
にいたずらした犯人なら許さないぞ。そんなことしてない。私たち。
I see. I think I see what's going on here. So we're the magnificent thieves. We wouldn't do something like that. 私たちは、華麗なる怪盗者。
は華麗なる怪盗ですもの。そんなことしませんわ。怪盗？それじゃそんなことしませんわ。怪盗？
Kaito or Phantom Thieves, Soreja. Soreja. Oh, that's right. So that means like trailing off. That's right. Yeah. Ja's dewa. And if you're not using it in the negative sense, you're just defining what that sorta is. So in other words, so that means, yeah, okay. So Kaito Soreja.
許さないぞ。そんなことしてない。私たちは華麗なる怪盗ですもの。そんなことしませんわ。怪盗？それじゃ違うわ。忘れ物を取りに来ただけよ。怪盗？それじゃ違う。
Chigao.
忘れ物を。
Let's see, Wasure Mono wo Wasure, let's see, Wasureru, I should know this. Wasure Mono o Tori ni Kita dake. Lost article, thing left behind, wasureru. Oh, that's right, it's to forget. Forgotten thing, that's right. Wasureru is to forget. The irony of forgetting to forget, but wasureru, wasure mono. Lost article left me, okay. So, chigao, or that's wrong. Wasure mono wo tori ni kita dake yo. We came here just to take the item we lost.
私たちは華麗なる怪盗ですもの。そんなことしませんわ。怪盗？それじゃ違うわ。忘れ物を取りに来ただけよ。じゃあその格好はなんだ？怪盗？それじゃ違うわ。忘れ物を取りに来ただけよ。じゃあその
格好はなんだ？格好はなんだ？ So, oh, well, then what is with their clothes is what he's saying, but what is literally like what is with that form, essentially kako, but kako form can refer to your clothing that you're wearing. So, sona kako wa nanda?
なる怪盗ですもの。そんなことしませんわ。怪盗？それじゃ違うわ。忘れ物を取りに来ただけよ。じゃあその格好はなんだ？これは怪盗？それじゃ 忘れ物を取りに来ただけよ。
じゃあその格好はなんだ？
これは趣味ですわ。
趣味ですわ。Oh, Shumi, hobby, taste, preference, liking. Pastime, I think its preference is probably most accurate here. Shumi. Shumi desu wa.
これは趣味ですわ。
絵にいたずらした犯人じゃなきゃいいよ。
これは趣味ですわ。
絵にいたずらした犯人じゃなきゃいいよ。
絵にいたずらした犯人じゃなきゃいいよ。Let's see. Let's see. Did mischief to the painting's burglar, then Jenna. See, this is normally, let's see, Dewa or is this supposed to be something like Nakereba? Like nai in its conditional eba form? And then contracted down to the shortened phrase. Jenakia. Explain the grammar of let's see. Let's see, conditional. Yeah, nakereba is how you say aru in the negative. Nakereba. And then he contracts it down to nakya. Now, this type of contraction, and sometimes when they say nakya, they sometimes mean nakereba ikimasen, and other times they mean just nakereba. In this case, because it has e after it, I don't think he means nakereba ikimasen. I think he just means nakereba. So in other words, if you're not the thieves who did pranks or mischiefs on the paintings, then it's good. いたずら。次は、いたずら。So, 絵にいたずらした人、犯人。絵にいたずらした犯人じゃなきゃいいよ。
これは趣味ですわ。
絵にいたずらした犯人じゃなきゃいいよ。僕急ぐから。いたずらした犯人じゃなきゃいいよ。じゃあその格好はなんだ？
これは趣味ですわ。
絵にいたずらした犯人じゃなきゃいいよ。
Yumi, okay.
僕急ぐから。
僕、急ぐから。So I quickly from. Let's see. 僕、急ぐから。Terry to rush. Oh, because I have to quickly go. And then he's not actually saying anything after that. He's just saying, because I have to go, and then he would normally say, like, I'm leaving now, but he didn't bother saying I'm leaving now, so that's obvious. Or since I have to go quickly, and then he just walks off. So boku isogu kara. Boku isogu kara.
絵にいたずらした犯人じゃなきゃいいよ。僕急ぐから。絵にいたずらした犯人じゃなきゃいいよ。僕急ぐから。
ちょっと待って、ゆうきくん。
ちょっと待って、Yuki-kun. Or, wait a minute, Yuki-kun.
いたずらした犯人じゃなきゃいいよ。僕急ぐから。
ちょっと待って、ゆうきくん。
どうして僕の名前を？
どうして僕の名前をSo, how do or what do and then my name. I think he's trying to say, how do you know my name? I'm not sure on the... Oh, konnichiwa, Alex Jackson. Genki desu ka? If you have any questions, feel free to ask. It looks like it's like literally why doing my name? Translators like calling it why my name. Is that how you say is that a casual way of saying how do you know my name? It's a fragment consists of the interrogative adverb and an object marker. Doshite means why or how. Boku no namae o means my name as a direct object of the verb. To form a complete sentence, this fragment must be followed by okay. Doshite asks for a reason why, or occasionally a method how. It carries a strong emotional nuance often expressed in surprise, curiosity, or distress. Boku no namae wo marks my name as the object of the particle. The particle wo indicates that the following verb will act upon the name. To write, to say. Okay, so I guess you would say something like Doshite boku no namae wo either wakarimasu ka or wakarimasen ka. Because I can never really figure out when you need to ask a question in the negative. So, doshite boku no... Actually, that would be a good thing to figure out. Wakarimasu ka? See, is it this or masenka? Oh, wakaru's intransitive and cannot take an object. Alex Jackson, konnichiwa, just dropping in, hoping I can re-immerse before my next trip to Japan. Gotten a little bit rusty. Toimashita. Thank you for dropping by. Let's see. Shiru. Is shiru considered a transitive word? Shiru. Yes, that is transitive. If I was to say shiru, so shirimasu. Shirimasu ka or shirimasen? The correct sentence for much longer would be Doshite boku no namae wo shite imasu ka? Or politely shite imasu, okay? Oh yeah, okay. If you mean why don't you know my name, the correct sentence is Doshite boku no namae wo shiranai no desu ka? Okay, so that's a question that's not asked in the negative. Okay. And doshite. How and what way? Okay. So doshite boku no namae wo?
どうして僕の名前を？そうか、あの時に。
So ka ano toki ni. So I see at that time, or when it was that time, or in other words, so I see, so at that time, with soka literally meaning that way.
どうして僕の名前を？そうか、あの時に。
ゆうきくん、本当に絵を破こうとしてたの？ゆうきくん、本当に絵を破こうとしてたの？
Yukiku, honto ni, e o.
ゆうきくん、本当に絵を破こうとしてた。
Yobako to shiteta no. Toshi. Yabuku, to tear, to rip. So To's just quoting it, and shite to, like the continuous past tense. So Yuki-kun, were you truly going to tear that painting? Or Yuki-kun, honto ni, yabuko. Let's see, Yuki-kun, honto ni, e o yabuko to shiteta no. So let's see, yubuko is in the suggestive tense, which I think is called the evolutional tense. Yes, the evolutional tense. And it's being quoted with to. So when you're saying, let's see, when you're saying you're doing a suggestion, I think that's a way of saying intending to do something, to do suggestion. So were you so in other words, did you really have the intent to do a proposed action, I guess, or something? So so I guess it's probably more accurate to describe it as, did you really to do, in other words, set your intention? Because if it wasn't in the suggestive tense, it would be more of actually saying that you actually did do the action. But in this case, what the sudo is doing is saying you're doing the setting of the intention. So in other words, did you really intend to tear that painting? Remember correctly, that's how that grammar structure works. Let's see. Difference between that and this, but not in the suggestive tense. And let's see what it says about it. Verb plus to plus sudo verse verb plus to plus verb plus yo plus to plus sudo. There's actually a Kyoradali video on this subject. Yo to sudo is used to express an attempt to do something or being about to do something. To particle here highlights a result of the state of the intent. The structure requires the verb to be in volitional form, ending with u or yo depending on the verb group. For example, iko to suru means to try to go, or to be about to go. This construction emphasizes the intent of the immediate action that follows, often implying that the attempt might fail or be interrupted. Verb plus yo plus to plus sudo is not... okay. Oh, here you go. Boon Pro. Okay. Verb plus volitional to sudo. When combined with an auxiliary verb, u or yo, to sudo carries the meaning of to try to do, to be about to do. The case marking particle to in this expression highlights a result. To use, let's see, o to sudo, modify the verb into the into its u or yo receiving form, and then add to sudo. この子は何でも食べようとするからお菓子は隠してね. This one will try to eat anything, so please hide any snacks. 先生が話している間に帰ろうとすると先生に怒られる. If you try to go home while the teacher is talking, he will yell at you. As you or yo marks volitional, they express intent to do something. To sudo adds a nuance that the express intent has been decided, and all that remains is to do the action. This translates quite closely to endeavor to do in English, where the past form endeavor to do will suggest that the attempt was unsuccessful. See, 今年は毎日日本語の勉強をしようとしたが時間がなくてできなかった. I tried to study Japanese every day this year, but I couldn't because I didn't have time. Okay, so interesting. So when it's in past form, it implies a failed action, because if you try to do something in past form, it means you probably failed at it. Because if you didn't fail at it, then you would have succeeded. And you wouldn't be saying try to do. Let's see. クラスメイトの鈴木さんに話しかけようとしたけど、緊張しすぎて話せなかった。I tried to talk to my classmate Suzuki-san, but I got so nervous that I couldn't. Caution, yo to suru is also regularly used to indicate when one action might interrupt another. In these cases, the nuance is not quite to have endeavored, but more was already underway when B. Again, it would just show that A action was decided upon 100% when something caused an unexpected change. So, ie o deyo to shitara. Kyu ni ame ga furi hajimeta. It suddenly started to rain when I was about to leave the house. So Shitada, so when I set my mind to leave the house, essentially, it began to rain. Okay, so in other words, volutional to sudo is when you set your mind to do something, but out just the verb itself, not in volutional form. To sudo is actually doing it. So, Yuki-kun, 本当に絵をyabuko from yabuku to tear to rip. So Yuki-kun, 本当に絵を破こうとしてたの?
そうか、あの時に。
ゆうきくん、本当に絵を破こうとしてたの？
破こうとしたんじゃない。元に戻そうとしたんだ。
してたの？
破こうとした。
破こうとしたん。Oh, yeah, this is interrogative, that's right, yeah. 破こうとしたんじゃない。
時に。
ゆうきくん、本当に絵を破こうとしてたの？
破こうとしたんじゃない。元に戻そうとしたんだ。
元に戻すとしたんだ。元に戻すとしたんだ。So in other words, I was not trying to tear the painting. I was trying to restore it or fix it to its original form. Yeah, that kanji has an origin meaning, that moto. See, I wasn't trying to break it, I was trying to fix it. That's how the translator put it. Yabukoto shitan janai. Moto ni mudoso to shitanda.
時に
ゆうきくん、本当に絵を破こうとしてたの？
破こうとしたんじゃない。元に戻そうとしたんだ。あの絵はパパが描いたんだ。
あの絵はパパが描いたんだ。My father drew that picture.
絵を破こうとしてたの？
破こうとしたんじゃない。元に戻そうとしたんだ。あの絵はパパが描いたんだ。パパは立花天海って画家なんだ。
パパは立花天海って
戻そうとしたんだ。あの絵はパパが描いたんだ。パパは立花天海って画家なんだ。
Oh, Gaka, painter artist. Gaka. So, Papa wa Tachiban Tenkai te Gaka nanda. So my papa Tachibana Tenkai. My papa named Tachibana Tenkai was an artist. And by the way, this is Japanese, so they said the last name first, or the family name first. So it would be Tenkai Tachibana in English.
戻そうとしたんだ。あの絵はパパが描いたんだ。パパは立花天海って画家なんだ。
天海先生なら存じてますわ。
Tenkai sensei nara azonjite maswa. Misaki sei si zonjitemasu. Zonjiru, to know, to be aware, to be acquainted with. See, Tenkai sensei nara Tenkai sensei nara zonji temasu. Okay, so this is contracted of zonji te imasu. To know, to be aware of. So if it's Tenkai sensei, I know about them. Did she call him sensei, though? So, Tenkai sensei. Let's see. Explain the grammar of this. Explain the grammar of. Why do they use nada in there? Uses the conditional particle nada to specify a topic or condition, meaning ask for Tenkai sensei, or if we're talking about Tenkai sensei. Zonjiteimasu. Zonjiru. The verb zonjiteimasu is a humble kinjogo, present continuous form of zenjiru, to know, exist, which is the polite alternative to shiteimasu. In this context, it signifies that the speaker knows the person but uses humble language to show respect towards. Okay, this sentence ends with feminine sentence in wa. Okay, so as for Tenkai sensei, or if it's Tenkai sensei, the particle nada sets topic based on known information. Why is nada used in this sentence? Nada is used to emphasize the specific subject Tenkai sensei and expresses the speaker's confidence or trust in their knowledge. Emphasis and selection. It implies a contrast or selection, meaning as for Tenkai sensei, or when it comes to Tenkai sensei, the speaker is singling out that this specific person from a potential of other group of others. Expression of capability, trust. It conveys the nuance that if you're asking about Tenkai sensei, then I definitely know him. It suggests that while the speaker might not know everyone, they are certain about this particular individual. Contextual response. Okay, it is commonly used in conversation to respond to a query by confirming knowledge about a specific topic or person mentioned effectively. So it's basically used to show to emphasize that you have knowledge of what you're talking about, or the person you're talking about. And if you remember earlier in this episode, we saw nada also could use in a different type of emphasis, like Kira-chan nada, after Sakura found he's basically drew all over her sketchbook, or one page of her sketchbook that had his picture on it. And it was more of a way of saying I can't believe it kind of thing. Explain Kiro Kiro-chan nada being used after an annoyance. Okay, it combines Kira-chan with the conditional part of nada, which means if or since. When used after expressing annoyance, it often carries a sarcastic or resigned tone, implying something like, well, if it's you, or Kira-chan, then I guess that's just how it is. This kind of construction doesn't directly translate to English in a little way, but conveys an attitude of mock acceptance or passive frustration. So in other words, it's like showing you basically know something, whether that's you know how annoying someone is or you know about this person. It's basically showing that you know something, essentially. So Tenkai Sensei nara sonjitemasu from sonjiru. Okay. Okay, Tenkai Sensei nara sonjitemasu wa.
あの絵はパパが描い
Actually, see, why is sensei being used in blah if this person is not their teacher? Sensei is used not because the person is a literal teacher, but because it is an honorific title for professionals in respected positions such as doctors, lawyers, politicians, or masters of a craft. Unlike Kyoshi, which simply means teacher, as a job description, sensei is a term of respect for anyone with superior knowledge or status. Okay, so in other words, he's like a master craftsman in the field of painting, and that's why she's saying sensei with his name, not because he's his actual he's her actual teacher.
たんだ。パパは立花天海って画家なんだ。
天海先生なら存じてますわ。素晴らしい絵をたくさん描いていらして。
素晴らしい絵をたくさん描いていらして。Subarashi, so wonderful. Takusan many, lots. Kaite or egaite. I notice they tend to use kaite in this anime instead of saying egaite. Find the grammar of irashite, irasharu in te form. The honorific form of iru, or in this context, to do, used for actions of others respectfully. Irasharu, okay. It elevates Kaku to draw to you are honorary for doing the drawing. Okay, so irasharu is often used in formal speech, customer service, or when showing admiration. But in this phrase, it's shortened to irashite, a common contraction in spoken and written Japanese. So irashate. So irasharu gets te form to irashate, but irashate gets contracted down to irashite. So, Subarashi e o takusan kaite irashite. Ira irash shot irashate. To come, to go, to be doing. So come, go, or do. So in this context, they said the honorific form of idu to exist, or in this case, to do. She is irashite, and this sentence supposed to be iru or suru. In that phrase, the irashite is the te form of irasharu, which is an honorific form of iru, not suru. Irasharu is used here not as a replacement for suru, but as an honorific auxiliary verb attached to, okay, drawing, have drawn respect. This construction elevates the action of drawing to show respect, okay. So, kaiteimasu, am or drawing, or kaite irashaimasu. Okay, or drawing, honorific, respectful. Irashite, since it's a contracted te form of irash. Wait, is the contracted te form of irashaimasu often shortened to irashite? So iru is correct because irasharu is the honorific form of iru. Also kuru and iku. Suru incorrect here. Its honorific form is Nasaru. So, Subarashi e o takusan kaite irashite. Drawing many wonderful paintings. So he's painted so many wonderful works.
Tachibana Tenkai って画家なんだ。
天海先生なら存じてますわ。素晴らしい絵をたくさん描いていらして。でも確か去年。
でも、確か、去年。So,確か last year. Let's see, this is probably being used adverbally. So, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so yeah, so sure, so not as a keiyodoshi, it sure is certain, reliable, trustworthy, but as an adverb, it's more like if I'm not mistaken. So demo tashka kyonen, but if I'm not mistaken, last year.
Tachibana Tenkai って画家なんだ。
天海先生なら存じてますわ。素晴らしい絵をたくさん描いていらして。でも確か去年。
去年の秋、病気で死んじゃったんだ。去年の秋。
Kyonen no Aki, or last fall, or last year's fall. Byoki, illness. Shinjatanda, ended up dying. In other words, last fall he died of an illness. So, Kyonen no Aki. Let's see. Byoki. So, Kyonen no Aki, byoki de shinjatanda. Remember, this is a contraction of shinde shimatta.
でも確か去年。
去年の秋、病気で死んじゃったんだ。あの絵は去年の夏。
あの絵は去年の夏。That painting, last summer.
最後になっちゃったパパとの家族旅行の時。
最後になっちゃった。Okay. So, lastly, essentially, then became, ended up. So it ended up being the last summer of, and then Papa. So Papa's last summer, Tono.
あの絵は去年の夏、最後になっちゃったパパとの家族旅行の時。
Penny was from last summer during Dad's last family trip. During our last family trip with Dad. I don't.
の時
Kazoku. Oh, Ryoko, family vacation. Ryoko was trip. And Kazoku's family, so family vacation. 最後になっちゃった。なっちゃったパパとの家族Ryokoの時。Where are the particles missing from that? If this entire phrase is the subject of a sentence, the time. Okay. Let's see. 最後にchata, the last one to become happen, past tense. Okay. Papa to with Dad. Let's see. No, possessive linking particle. No is present. So, no toki, the time. Okay. So, does the first part describe Papa in the sentence? Explain in English. Oh, this is probably that thing we've seen before where that whole phrase actually describes family trip, and then Papa Tony describes family trip as well. Is blah a clause to describe Papa? No, it's not a clause that directly describes Papa in the phrase. In the noun phrase, okay, blah. Relative clause it ended up becoming the last one, modifies the noun Papa. This creates the compound meaning the dad who ended up being the last one to join. Okay, no, okay. Okay, so it does describe Papa. So in other words, it's Papa's last. Roll of toe. The particle connects and modifies the noun phrase. With Kazoku Ryoko family trip. This indicates an accompaniment meaning with Dad, who ended up being the last family trip. The entire phrase translates to during the time of the family trip with the dad who ended up being the last one. Okay. Clause describes dad's status or action, not the trip. Okay, I think this is translating it wrong. Oh, konnichiwa, genki desu ka? Chibi Cross. See, hey, what's going on? Studying Japanese some more. So, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Saigo ni, nachatta papa tono. So I think this whole thing's supposed to be the that ended up becoming the last one with Papa, describing the family trip. Okay, so 最後になっちゃったパパとの家族旅行の時. So when or during the last family trip with Papa.
あの絵は去年の夏、最後になっちゃったパパとの家族旅行の時、パパは海に来た思い出に僕のことを描きたいって
パパは海に来た思い出. So as for Papa, coming to the sea memory, 僕のことを書きたい. So as for Papa, the coming to the sea memory, okay, so with the coming to sea, it wanted to draw me with the coming to the sea memory. But here they're using the, oh yeah, sutetamine. He said he wanted to draw me with the, Dad said he wanted to paint me as a memento of our time at the beach. So Papa wa umi ni kita omoide. Coming to the sea memory. let's see, explain the grammar of Umi ni to the sea, okay, kita, past tense kuru to come, omoide, memory, boku no koto, well, about me, wo marks the object of the verb that follows, okay, kakitai wants to draw, sute colloquial, okay, quotative particle short for to ite, means saying that, okay. Umi ni kita, omoide is more naturally interpreted as, okay. So the phrase kita omoide literally means the memory of having come. However, umi ni kita omoide is more naturally interpreted as the memory of coming to the sea. Grammatically, kita is past tense verb modifying the omoide, forming a relative clause, the memory of coming to the sea. Boku no koto akakitai. Boku no koto wo me, or with emphasis on the topic of the action. Okay. Kakitai wants to draw. So together, wants to draw me. Okay. Quotative. Can be translated as Dad says he wants to draw me into the memory of coming to the sea. More specifically, Dad says he wants to include me in the memory when he came to the sea. Okay, the trailing dash suggests thought is incomplete, emotional, or left hanging. Papa wa umi ni kita omoide. Okay. Papa wa umi ni kita omoide ni boku no so I or myself into the memory of the sea, and then this is translated as Dad says he wanted to paint me as a memento of our time at the beach. Papa wa umi ni kita omoide ni boku no koto o kakitai te.
家族旅行の時パパは海に来た思い出に僕のことを書きたいって一生懸命書いパパは海に来た思い出に僕のことを書きたいって一生懸命描いてくれた絵だったんだ。パパは海に来た思い出に僕のことを書きたいって一生懸命
you can see the one kanji right here is slightly higher than the dash line, meaning like connecting things together. Isho Kinmei, very hard, with utmost effort, as hard as one can, with all one's might, for dear life. Isho ni, okay. Isho Kinmei. Isho, whole life, a lifetime, all through life, the greatest of one's life. Kinmei, eager, earnest. So one's life, and then earnest means like the greatest of one's life. Okay. Kinmei, Isho Kinmei, Isho Kinmei, kaite kurete. So the greatest of one's life, drawing, kureru, or someone else is giving. So he wanted to give the greatest of his life painting. So he wanted to draw a painting of me from the time of the sea with the into the greatest of his life painting. It was a picture Dad drew with all his heart because he wanted to capture the memory of me at the beach. Papa wa umi ni kita umoi de ni boku no koto o kakitai te isho ni kinmei kaite kureta e dattanda. So he wanted to draw a picture of a memory at the beach and he wanted to give the greatest painting of his entire life. Isho Kinmei. So Isho Kinmei kaite kurete e dattanda.
あの絵は去年の夏、最後になっちゃったパパとの家族旅行の時、パパは海に来た思い出に僕のことを描きたいって一生懸命描いてくれた絵だったんだ。
質問がありますか? Are there any questions? And please stick around for the raid as well. we're gonna raid Teach to Learn, who's studying Japanese. Okay, we're also going to raid Okay, we're gonna raid Stone Mountain 64, who's playing Arc Raiders. Okay, so they have raiding. That third raid seems to have raiding blocked. Let's try someone else. So, 皆さん、お気をつけて、また明日。Goodbye, everyone. See you tomorrow.